Hi there, welcome to Colors. I'm Erica. On today's weekend whip, I'm going to be working on a very long-standing whip from Mythomorphia. I'm going to try to finish it this month. That's reaching high, but I really want to work on this. I really want to finish another page in this book. I love working in this book when I have the mental capacity for it. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to try to work on this. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. I am filming a little earlier in the day on Friday, so I am able to have my tea, which makes me happy. I put a little too much cream in it today, but it's delicious. It's my favorite. Okay. I have a lot of whips in here, but I'm going to work on this one, which I haven't colored this in a really long time. Currently, I have a lot of different notes written around. I don't remember exactly what I was doing with all of these. So we're just gonna, I think I'm just gonna go with the waves for sure, so that I can get some more of those done. I really like the way, oh sorry, I shook the camera. I really like the way the waves are turning out down here. So I would like to work on those a little bit more, and then maybe we'll do a little bit more on the Hydra, one of the Hydra heads as well. But yeah, I really like the way that the background ended up working. And I think I started this with Neo colors, I believe. But yeah, I don't remember exactly. Okay, let me grab all the pencils I need. Okay, so I'm going to work on some of the waves while we chat a little bit, and yeah, hopefully I can get this completed at some point soon. Okay, I feel like I'm missing a color. So I feel like there's a blue, like more blue in here, but I don't know. I wonder if these blues are part of it. Well, all right, hold on, I gotta find some more blues. Okay, let's try this again. So I've got all of these different pencils now. I'm gonna try to use some all Prismacolors. I have some Faber-Castell pencils that I used on this previously, but I find that Prismacolors are easier for me. So I've already got a light layer of the light aqua on there. So now I just have to figure out how I did the rest of this. But you know, it's not that hard. You just put the dark stuff where the dark lines are, and then you go lighter from there. But I've just kind of got things blended around. So yeah, so I'm just gonna get started. So hi everyone, I hope that you are doing well. Like I said, it is Friday afternoon for me, and I've had a great day. I got to go see some friends today. We had a nice lunch out, and then I did get to go no, I didn't get to go anywhere else. Then I went to pick up my kiddo. We didn't have a whole lot going on today, which I was kind of thankful for. So yeah, I didn't really want to have to do a whole lot because we've had kind of a rough week. Nothing super serious, just getting, it turns out that it was probably just like getting back into the routine of going back to school for my youngest, but we had some struggles this week, and so I just a little while ago she was sick, and the doctor tested her for strep, and it turned out not to be strep, and then she said there's a possibility it could be mono, and then I just kind of was monitoring her, and she just has been really tired and sleepy, and it's really hard for her to do a lot of stuff. So we are I took her to the doctor just to make sure that she could get tested and see that whether or not it was something like super serious or something not serious, or, you know, what the doctor thought it might be. And so she ran a litany of tests, and it turns out everything was normal. So that's good news, and also frustrating because we don't really know what's going on, other than it could possibly be just getting back in the routine of things, or yeah, I mean, other than that, I think that's basically probably what it is. Like, she just has a hard time. Okay, I know that I had to have used some white on these. That looks similar enough, right? Like, it's got that a good ultramarine color kind of mixed in, and then the nice indigo, the really dark areas. I have done water in Kerby's books with with actually, is it this book? It might be this book, where I've used markers, water-based markers, to do this whole process, and it goes so much faster. But I'd already started this, so now I'm not sure if I want to try to do something else. I don't feel comfortable switching it up in the middle of the page. Okay, I am going to use a backer page just so that I can make sure that I have the right consistency of paper. That doesn't make sense. Not consistency of paper. Just so I have some cushioning there. But yeah, so I've been really worried about her all week. She did miss a day of school the other day because she literally just couldn't get up. She could not wake up. And when she did start to wake up, she was just basically like in tears, and I just was finally like, you know what? I am all for, you know, making them go to school, making sure she's in school as much as possible. But there are just some days, you know, where it's just like, if she's crying, I'm not gonna force her to go. Yeah, so we just had a rough day that day, and then she ended up sleeping almost the entire day. She slept until like 1 o'clock. And I could just tell that her body just needed it. And so, yeah. And then the next couple of days after that, it was still hard the next day to get her up, but not as hard. And then today it was much, much better. So I don't know if that day really did just kind of help her reset. I don't know what it was, but it was so hard to watch. Just, I could see the struggle on her face, and the fact that she was so upset with herself because she knew that she should be able to just get up and go, and she was like putting herself down. I'm just like, oh baby, you gotta give yourself some grace. So yeah, that was really, it's kind of hard to listen to her do that to herself. But we talked about it, and I feel like she's in a better headspace now. I worry about this kid constantly. I should have known something was up when the first two were just like stupidly easy to raise. That something else, you know, it was just testing fate, right? Like, one of the kids has got to be the one to cause you the gray hair, right? That's like that's the rule. But she, yeah, today she had a great day. She had a great day at school. She had a great morning getting up. So just those couple of days, and it was just rough. So yeah. But yeah, we had a nice relaxing Easter. We didn't have to go anywhere or do anything. Just kind of hung out as a family. my oldest did have to work, but it wasn't all day or anything, so she got to come home and hang out with us, and we had a nice dinner, and that was really nice. And then the kids did have, well, the one kid had Monday off school because since they go to Catholic school, they have Easter Monday off. So she got an extra day, and I just think that all just threw her off. Like, she was just constant back and forth in her schedule, and it just messed with her. But it's always really worrying when you don't know what's going on. So it is nice to have that verification from the doctor's office that it's nothing like super serious. They tested for all kinds of stuff. They tested for anemia, they tested for diabetes, they did test to see if it was mono, and that came back negative. So yeah, like, they tested her white blood cells, they tested so many different things, her thyroid. But yeah, it turned out that she's doing pretty good. All right. I don't love that as much. I don't know why. It looks the same, doesn't it? I think it does. Huh. I really would like to finish some more pages in this book. I think it's such a fun book. Probably one of my favorite ones that he's ever done. Yeah, we're gonna add a little bit of shadow back here. See if that... I don't want to make it too turquoisey because, like, the sky is like dark and dingy. So that's kind of why I'm bringing in the gray, but it's not really like dulling anything down too much. I don't really want to go with a darker gray because I feel like that would be too much gray. Yeah. Like, I'm glad I wrote the colors down, but I didn't write any of the, like, the steps behind my thinking when I was doing this. So that's kind of all going to be something left to me to figure out, I guess. Okay, so I am going to be out next week and a little bit into the week after that too. I should be able to get a weekend whip, not this weekend, but the following weekend. However, if I don't, I do have plans to try to have some videos out this weekend and hopefully one next week. So I have to record on top of getting packed and everything, getting everything ready to go. So we'll see how that goes. I have a lot of energy today, so I'm kind of thinking that I'll work on this page for a little while and then I'll start going over and recording some of the videos that I need to get done for the next couple weeks. I think that's going to be the plan. Yeah, this is literally going to take forever if I try to do this with my pencils. But on the plus side, it is kind of just like mindless coloring. Like, I can just keep going. With these colors, and it'll eventually end up working. I don't remember how I've done waves from him in the past either. I feel like I've done different things. other than the water-based marker one, like I feel like that one was a fun experiment because I was just blending things as I went on this paper with the markers, and that really ended up working well. We're gonna just color that part there. I know I really want this darker blue color just kind of in the darkest areas, but it's not always easy to figure out where that is. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. All right, we're gonna try this color next. So I'm using a combination. I don't know if I told you already. I feel like I did, but I've got light aqua, 30% cool gray, slate gray, which I'm using right now, indigo blue, and ultramarine are the colors that I picked to try to match what I've already put down on here. So we'll kind of see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna lightly color some gray on this area, and then we'll use the aqua. I will be coming back in and using some white Posca too to make like the tops of the waves pop a little bit more and outline things here and there to make it look like nice rough seas, even though it's pretty turquoise color. So the videos I'm going to be trying to do, one of them is the color along that I promised you guys last month. So that'll be one. And then I do want to try to do some kind of Amazon paper video, which I think I've been talking about that quite a bit in a few weekend whips, where I do a page on Amazon paper with my ink tints. But I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet. I mean, I know for sure one of them is going to be the why can't I talk? I'm trying to think and color at the same time. It's just not working today. One of them is going to be the color along for sure. So we'll at least have that done. And I know I won't have a lot of time to color when I'm on vacation. So I think what's going to happen, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to color until I can't move my wrist. And then I won't be coloring, so I'll be able to rest it all next week. So it's totally fine to do it that way, right? No, I know I probably shouldn't do it that way, but that might be kind of what happens. Okay, this whole area right here is frustrating because there's a little white cap here, and then this part is like the curling part there. But what is that? What color is back here, and what is this part? This part should all be colored in, I think. Looks good. I don't really know. So we're going to color this part in kind of turquoisey gray color too. Let's see, what else is going on? I have been reading quite a bit, so not a lot of coloring. I did get to finish my tulip page that I showed you guys in my completed pages. I did go with the cream color, like ribbon throughout the tulips, and I think that was definitely the right call. It looks it looks pretty cool. I like it. I did finally get my, okay, that's not bad. I did finally get my, what am I trying to say? My planner, my coloring planner kind of all set up. So that was nice. Finally got that done. It took a while. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, how I wanted to set it up, and I just wasn't wanting to do anything with it. So I did finally get some inspiration the other day, so that was a good sign. I think that maybe some of my coloring mojo is coming back, or maybe I'm not going to be quite as obsessed with my reading that I've been lately. I did find a really good author that I like, though, and that's kind of what I've been doing, is reading, like binge reading all of their work. And the author is B.M. I think it's Clemton, Clemton, I think. So yeah, I've kind of been just kind of reading everything I can get my hands on by them. Which, you know, that happens when you get in those stages where you just kind of get a little obsessed, a little obsessive about your certain artists and certain stories. Okay, I don't hate this. Like I said, I do want it to be moody, so I don't want to like oversaturate this color, which I think the white is helping with that too. Like it's making it a little more pale. So I can come in with more gray if I need to. The only problem is when I put the white on, I have to, that's like it'll start to limit how many layers I can do then after that. It's hard to get it down in this corner. I do think that layer of gray is helping too. I feel like that's a good color to kind of mute everything. All right, I'm going to add in just a few more spots of darker color. Definitely good for mindless coloring, this page. Let's see, what else is going on? Not a ton, just been chilling out at home and planning for my vacation, really, which I am super excited about. I'm very nervous because I'm going to be gone, and my oldest is going to have to be in charge of getting up my youngest for school, and that's just going to be an adventure. I am going to have her start helping me next week so that she kind of sees what I have to do every morning. But oof, it's going to be interesting. The nice thing about living around your family too is that I have my mom who's going to help pick up my youngest from school, and my brother who's going to help drop her off in the mornings. And then my mother-in-law is nearby if we need help with anything else. And both the older kids are here so that they can kind of hang out and take care of her in the evenings. So thankful for family this week so that my husband and I can have this much needed time to ourselves. I don't remember the last time we've been on a vacation when it was just the two of us. So, thank you for the suggestions from last week, by the way. I appreciated all of that. I did look up several things, so that is very helpful. I'll probably have like a little slideshow or something when I get back to share with you guys. If you're interested in seeing it. This is kind of, especially these videos are just kind of where I just dump everything that has happened to me through the week or that I find interesting or whatever. So if this is the first time you're watching this this type of video for me, then you probably are like, what is happening? Why is she just coloring water? Why is she just talking about all this stuff? And yeah, it's literally just, I come on here and chat like I'm hanging out with you. And it's so helpful for me. And I know that many of you have said that you really enjoy just kind of, you know, either doing your own coloring while I'm doing this or, you know, having your morning coffee or tea or whatever it is that you're drinking. So yeah, I'm thankful that I get to do this with you guys. Okay. All right, we'll do a little bit more water and then I'll move on to like the dragon head. Probably going to try to pick some new Prismacolor colors instead of trying to find I know my Faber-Castell are somewhere and I just don't feel like going to find them right now. Because I used Polychromos. That's the colors I have written down for some of these others, so I know I will have to find them eventually. I just don't feel like messing with it right now. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the channel. I am, like I said, especially right now, I have a lot of energy. So when I get back from vacation, I have plans to do several videos and I would like to know what kinds of videos for me that you enjoy the most. Like I know a lot of people like these weekend whips, but other than these, because I'm pretty consistent with these, what other types of videos for me do you really enjoy seeing? Or what types of videos would you like to see from me that I haven't made? I don't do a lot of hauls anymore. I used to do quite a few, like one every month, but I'm not buying as much. So I don't feel like I have quite as much to share in that aspect. Yeah, so let me know. Let me know what you want to see. I feel like some of the tutorials I do are decently watched, decently enjoyed. Let me know if you think I should try to get back into like that animal alphabet series that I got all the way to F before I kind of stopped on that one. So if you want me to pick that back up, that's always an option. If you would like to see my collection again, because I know that I did that, gosh, a couple years ago, maybe. I can go through my collection again, and that might be I think I've talked about this before on here. That might be a good time to go through and declutter as well. So let me know if that's something that you would be interested in watching, or if it's just too like boring. I know people like to watch collection videos, but I don't know about the decluttering part of it. Like because I don't think that I'm going to be selling them. I feel like I'm just going to donate stuff to Goodwill because I don't have the mental capacity for dealing with the selling and the shipping and the posting and all that stuff. I just want it out. Once I decide that it needs to go, I just want it out. So things will probably end up just going to Goodwill. And then hopefully find a good home from there. So yeah, let me know if that's something that you would be interested in seeing. Okay, that seems to have worked pretty well. I just have to go through and add the little bits of white and gray. Sometimes it's hard to tell when colors should be darker or lighter or whatever. Okay, I don't hate that. I'm going to add in some white Posca just so you can kind of see what the effect's going to be once I do get some of this done. A little bit more too. Not seen too many people finish this page. Like some of the Mythomorphia pages, like there's a ton of content out there for people, like ones that people have finished. But this one seems to be less popular than some of the others. I don't know if that's the case or if I'm just not seeing it, but all right, I'm just adding layer on top of layer on top of layer here. Probably looks like a hot mess too until I get in and can blend some things around a little bit more. Okay, time for some white. Let's see, what else can we talk about? I have noticed quite a few new coloring channels popping up. I feel like, now I could be wrong, but I feel like at one point if you typed in like new coloring channels on YouTube, they would take you to like channels that have just been recently started. So definitely check that out if you guys haven't. There have been several that I've really enjoyed watching. I do have some people's completed pages saved on my to watch later. Definitely a couple from names I didn't necessarily recognize, so I thought I'd give them a try. So I will keep you guys informed on, you know, whether or not I find out some new colorists to support. But check out just randomly, just, you know, if you're bored one day or, you know, need to have a YouTube binge or whatever it is, just go in the search bar, type in new coloring channels or new adult coloring or something similar to that, and they should pop up. But of course, you know, I've been watching, because I've been reading so much, I've been watching less, but there were a couple of days where I just needed like some coloring, and I watched a little bit of Coloring with Kay videos, and I watched a little bit of, oh, who was the other one I watched? Who was it? I can't think of it now. Gosh darn it. But they were just, I mean, they were videos that I wanted to watch, but they were more like in the background because I was also doing a little bit of coloring. And I just needed somebody to color with me for a little while. And some of the comfort ones that I have are definitely like Coloring with Kay. I love Emma Colors 2020. You know what? Maybe it's just, maybe it's anybody in the UK whose coloring channel I found, because those voices tend to just be the most soothing to me when and I need that. I just realized that a large majority of the ones that I listen to for comfort or watch for comfort are from the UK. I might have a thing for accents. I already knew that though. I just didn't realize it would be completely obvious in my channel choices. Okay. All right. So I'm going to add in a little bit of white Posca here, or white something. What do I have here? I have an Artistro pen. So we'll do some of that. Okay. So I basically just colored water for a half an hour. Holy moly. Yeah, that's not super exciting, is it? So hopefully you guys are still here with me. If you stayed, if you stayed till the end, you really are just like here for hanging out, right? Like you're not really caring what I'm doing on the screen. Just here to hang out. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back over with my black pen probably to get a little bit of those lines redrawn. So when I do like the waves, so I'll trace what Kerby has put on here, like the little white cap area that he's put on here, but then I'll also do a little bit of dots coming off, just so it looks like more water splashing. And I'll show you this a little close up here in a second, but then I'll also show you a page that I kind of finished doing that same idea. So you can have it come up this way. You can also have the dots kind of coming back into the waves too. It just kind of creates a little bit of extra texture and interest. Like I already know that all of these curvy lines are already pretty cool looking, but adding those dots sometimes just creates a nice effect. Okay, so I'm sure you can see that far away, but now here, I'll hold it up close so you can tell that it doesn't look great up close, but as you back away, it looks more interesting. So I'll probably end up going through and doing that whole thing while I'm editing this today, but I wanted to show you. So this is the other page that I did. Oh, that's really close up. Hold on a second. So here's the other page that I did in this book where I did the waves, and this is all with the marker, a water-based marker, and then I did like the Posca or paint pen around the white caps and then the dots. And it kind of, you can see the little dots every once in a while around the white caps. And it just, like I said, creates a little bit of, I love, this is one of my favorite pages I've ever colored. It's so fun. So fun, so vibrant and colorful. I'm hoping this one turns out nice as well, but I think that looks pretty good already with adding the white in. I hope that that it'll look cool when I'm done here. And sometimes when there's just like these random swirly bits, you can still just add in a little bit of white dots just to give it a little bit of fun. A little bit of fun. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. It's going to look all right. I'm very tempted to come back in and darken up the sky a little bit, or maybe add a little bit of turquoise to the sky. I don't know. Because like I said, I want it to be kind of stormy, but I also want it to look cool. All right, so I need to probably stop because I promised my son that he could come back and have his computer back. So yeah, so that's what I've done today. Just just the water here, but I think it's going to be a cool page, especially the whole double page spread when it's all done. And getting that water done is going to be super tedious, but then the next tedious part is, of course, all of this dragon body, this big old dragon. So yep, so that's it for me today. Thank you guys for hanging out while I colored some water. Like, it's super interesting, but you know, having you guys here to be my company while I do that is, it's just awesome. So thanks for being here. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.